Y'all, what the hell is going on? Why is everybody removing Nicki Minaj posters, talking about this they last time being Barbs and all this shit? What did she do? What did Nicki do? I seen something about her last post, but I can't find the last post. What did she do? What did she do? What she do? What did she do? I keep reading comments. I don't know what the fuck going on. Not on Nika. What is go? What?
What's up, YouTube? I hope you guys are doing so good. If you're new to my channel, I am SoGifted. Hey, welcome. So first of all, I want to say Happy New Year. I got a real good feeling about 2026. I think 2026 is about to be one of the best years of our lives. I'm claiming it in the mighty name of Jesus. So listen, I'm back with a part 2, a follow-up to my last video where we broke down how the industry reacted to Nicki Minaj's interview with Erica Kirk from Turning Point USA. Now, real quick, for anybody who's like, what is even Turning Point USA? TPUSA is a conservative political organization founded by or co-founded by Charlie Kirk. They're known for pushing far-right talking points, being pro-Trump or pro-MAGA, and having a long track record of anti-Black rhetoric, anti-LGBTQ stances, and just really known for doing the absolute most in the name of patriotism. So when Nicki Minaj popped out with them, a lot of people were confused, and honestly, even I was sitting up here like, what is going on?
What is going on?
So let's go ahead and get into some of these reactions from the Barbs, because honey, they are going in.
What the fuck is going on? What simulation is this? What timeline are we in? Like, mom, pick me up. I'm scared. I don't want to play anymore. Like, what the fuck is happening? Every single day, there's some new bullshit headline that literally would not have made any sense even a year ago. What the fuck do you mean Nicki Minaj and Erica Kirk take the stage together at Turning Point USA America Fest? Because that's a thing. Because that's obviously a huge event that we should all be paying attention to. What the fuck is happening? Sydney Sweeney, MAGA, conservative as fuck. Like, okay, kind of expected that. Nicki Minaj? No! Not in a million years! Nicki Minaj is somebody I have looked up to literally my entire life. I wrote my college essay about this woman. But up until like a year ago, I can't associate with this person anymore. And I'm so angry about it. Just don't understand how this right-wing MAGA bullshit mental virus has penetrated so far to convert Nicki Minaj into a conservative. 2008 to 2019, Nicki Minaj would have eaten this Nicki for lunch. Easy. And she probably would have dissed Erica Kirk in a verse and put her back in the upside down where she belongs. Like, and I just don't understand who Nicki is trying to appeal to, because 99.9% of her audience is not going to see this and be like, oh my god, yes, like Nicki standing up for what's right, Erica and Nicki, girl power. What is the saying, you live long enough to see your hero become the villain? Because like, yeah, that's what's happening right now. I'm just so mad that I have idolized this woman for so long and now I literally want nothing to do with her.
Mind you, I have stuck with this girl since day one. I'm talking mixtape. I know that woman's discography like on the back of my mother's head. I'm talking any song. Playtime is over. Play that whole entire click clack. Bitch, I know. Wipe it down. And everybody that knows me knows that. And you're going against not only your people, but mine. I have so many mutuals that are transgender that literally fight every single day just to survive. And in 2025, you say some shit like that, boys will be boys. Boys be boys. And then you're ignorant about it and you're saying it with your fucking chest. So it's making me feel like that's how you felt since the start of your career. Even though you were on RuPaul's Drag Race. For you to go up there and say boys be boys, are you as somebody that wears wigs and plays in wigs, that used to wear makeup, I have a whole makeup station right here. I used to wear nails for 2 years. I wear heels. I can cross-dress there and there. For you to say boys be boys, majority of your fans are LGBTQ plus. You were on Drag Race. That is literally a slap to the face. And that is crazy. boys be boys. In 2025.
Nicki Minaj received a ton of backlash when she said that. There is a viral clip going around of her saying, boys, just be boys. So some people, especially in the LGBT, was like, that is transphobic. Why would you say that? And then you have some people who are like, it's not transphobic. That's not what she meant. What she meant was, let children be children. It's okay to be a child.
So I just took my videos down of me talking about Nicki because I was going off of what everybody else was saying and didn't watch the actual interview. No shade. She didn't say nothing wrong. All she said was, it's okay to be a boy. Boys be boys, basically. And I guess some people took that as being transphobic, but I don't see how that is being transphobic. No shade. That's like telling a dog to be a dog. It's okay to be a dog. No shade. Nicki, if you saw my other videos, I apologize. Wholeheartedly, I love you, girl. But yeah, so I don't know why you're taking it out of context. I don't know. Well, let's just have an open conversation in the comments or whatever. Help me understand y'all perspectives of how did y'all receive the message, if that makes sense. Let's just talk about it at this point.
Y'all about to be mad and I don't give a fuck. But to my people that's in the community, what is the issue when people get on a platform and they say things like, leave the kids out of it? Kids are innocent. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all make us look real bad and it looks real suspicious and it makes a bitch want to squint their eye. Because why is it that you want a kid to make adult decisions? You can't force nothing down nobody's throat, that's number one. And also, you can't take the parent away from the parent. So a lot of y'all is fixing y'all mouth to say what a parent should do and what the fuck they still the parent, bitch. Until you 18, you make your decisions. But for me, I just don't seem to understand what the fuck is it that y'all want children to be heavily involved in our world so bad. Y'all act like that in our life is more positive than it is negative, and it's not. Why do y'all want children to be in it? I don't know who the fuck need to hear this, but let children be fucking children. I'm not saying what we doing is wrong because I stand proud in who I am. Okay? Let's not get that twisted. I'm one of the most confident bitches that there is out there. However, it's a time and a place for every motherfucking thing. Let a child be a motherfucking child.
Okay, so as y'all can see, there is a lot of controversy and a lot of mixed opinions on that statement that Nicki Minaj made. Let boys be boys. It's okay to be a boy, right? So people are responding, especially in the LGBTQ, because that's a hot button conversation. And people have been having this conversation and discourse for a while now about children who think that they are transgender, transitioning at a young age. So they're thinking that she's saying, just let kids be kids, leave them out of it. But instead of me basing my opinion off of that viral clip of her saying, boys, just be boys, I wanted to go ahead and get the full clip and see what Erica Kirk asked her to make her respond in that way.
So what have you, I mean, you're an amazing mother. What have you seen that has been a struggle for young women today? And then also, since both of us have little boys, I would love for you to also talk about the male side of that question as well.
And for young men, don't be new scum. Yes, see, dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president.
Y'all, the secondhand embarrassment I got watching this entire interview, I could barely even finish this entire interview, y'all. I just cringed. Girl, why would you say that? But I'm gonna fast forward through that part because that's not what we're focusing on.
For boys, be boys.
Amen.
Be boys. It's okay. Be boys. It's nothing wrong with being a boy.
Amen.
How about that?
Amen.
How powerful is that? How profound is that?
Amen.
Boys will be boys, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Now, this is my opinion. Do I think Nicki was taking a direct shot at the LGBTQ plus community here? No, because that wasn't even a conversation. That wasn't even the question. But when you're on a conservative platform like Turning Point and you say something like boys be boys, it's okay to be a boy, a phrase that's already been politicized, you gotta know how that was gonna land. Because the truth is that statement was really vague. Boys be boys could mean anything. And when you're sitting in front of people who've openly pushed back against gender identity and LGBTQ rights, it starts to sound like it's coded like a dog whistle, even if that wasn't her intent. And I really would have liked for Erica Kirk to be like, Nicki, can you expound on that? What do you mean by that, boys be boys? Because this is where context matters. Because when you align yourself with platforms like TPUSA, your words are heard through their filter, not just yours. So she should have elaborated. So even if Nicki meant it as a simple message like let kids be kids, it ended up sounding like a talking point straight out of that audience's playbook. Now, personally, I'm gonna keep it real. I think that she was trying to pander or align with that room, like say things that she thought they wanted to hear, not necessarily make a strong anti-LGBTQ statement. But because of where she was and where she said it and how she said it, the backlash makes sense and I get it. And honestly, I feel like it was a missed opportunity on Nicki's part to say something more meaningful when it came to what our kids, there's so much young people are dealing with right now, like poverty, broken school systems, mental health struggles, gun violence, bullying, social media pressure, lack of emotional support at home, hunger. She could have spoken to any of that, homelessness, but instead of talking about real issues, she chose to make a vague statement, boys will be boys, just to pander and appeal to this audience. And she's always encouraging her fans to stay in school, go to school. There's so much going on with the school systems. She really had an opportunity to expound on that, but she didn't.
This might be a scratch and y'all get mad. Nicki Minaj is the prime example of why people with immigrant backgrounds are dangerous. Hear me when I say certain people with immigrant they don't understand, like, nobody with their right mind who has family in this country, who know our ancestors and our people who came before us, has fought for these things that Charlie Kirk and his wife are literally trying to erase, would get up there and sit on that stage.
Nicki Minaj, her parents, and herself, they're from Trinidad and Tobago. If I'm not mistaken, Nicki Minaj may have been born in Trinidad or Tobago. If she wasn't, at least her parents were. At least her father was. Rest in peace to him, and condolences to the family for their loss of her father. Nobody should ever lose their life in that manner. So her father is of East Indian and African heritage. So he's mixed race, East Indian and African Trinidadian. Her mother, I believe, may be an American African. But from what I understand, the mother's all black, the father is black and East Indian. So Nicki Minaj carries within her the DNA of the East Indian people and the African people.
So from my understanding, Nicki Minaj, both of her parents are from Trinidad. I think that in one of her shows or the special that she has talking about her life, she said that her mom left her in Trinidad while she went to America for opportunities. So yeah, both Nicki Minaj's parents are Trinidadian.
And my question to Sister Nicki Minaj, and I hesitate to call her sister, but I'm going to do it anyway, because until I get clarity from her, I'm not going to assume the worst. But a question I would need to ask Nicki Minaj, Art. Do you primarily identify as a black woman, or do you primarily identify as an East Indian? And the reason I got to ask her that, Art, not only is she turning her back on the same black America that made her famous.
And this is why I say, like, people with those immigrant backgrounds who don't like value America, because what is America to value other than the homeland of my peoples? Because that's, as I'm gonna say, we've been here for how many years? This is our homeland at this point. People like Nicki Minaj do not value that. So it's easy for her to just flip, and now she's on the stage with Charlie Kirk and the wife and doing all this stuff when these people stand for literally the wiping of our existence. Her and the music and her acting all this crazy. I don't even give a I'm not that parasocial to ever give a fuck about anybody who ain't in my vicinity, and I can't reach out and touch them when they piss me off enough. So I don't let nobody make me that mad. But this is what I'm saying, where people like that are very dangerous. You have to not get, like, not everybody with the immigrant background does not understand these things, but a lot of them do. And Nicki Minaj literally showed that she don't care. She doesn't give a they keep saying it's for the money. You sell your soul for anything? Come on.
And I get exactly where this creator is coming from, no lies told. Because why, as a so-called black woman, would you want to sit down with an organization that's known for pushing far-right conservative talking points that often ignore, dismiss, or outright undermine issues affecting the black community, especially when you know the history of this country when it comes to black people? Why? You couldn't possibly want to sit down with people like that. Not because you Nicki Minaj, but as a regular, everyday person, I would never want to sit down with an organization like that. And another thing that, got her in some hot water with the black community is another false narrative that she tried to push on us as far as us making fun of white kids for their blonde hair and blue eyes just to uplift ourselves. Y'all, let me pull this clip.
If as black women, we felt that we were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty, if we felt like that as black women, why would we want to do that to other women?
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Amen. Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty so that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty. Do you understand? It doesn't bother me that a woman feels and says that she's beautiful. Amen. Why shouldn't she feel that? Why have we gotten to a point where certain colors or certain kinds of people have to be afraid of loving themselves and loving the way they look?
What?
Girl, what the hell? Nicki, be so for real. And y'all see how she just sat up there and told that fat Faison lie in front of all them white folks on national television? When as us as black people, as a black community, especially black women, sat around degrading and talking about white women and their blonde hair and blue eyes just to make ourselves feel good, especially historically when you know it's the other way around. And for her to sit up there and push yet another false narrative against the black community was just disappointing. Nicki Minaj just needs to sit her ass down somewhere and shut up.
Now, I don't know why Nicki Minaj is doing this. I don't know if she's getting paid. I don't know if it's a favor. I don't know if it's an exchange, as some people have suggested. Okay, I don't know. But I know it's not right. I know it's wrong. I mean, look at all the black women, Art, who Donald Trump has had laid off of their jobs. According to the Department of Labor, between 300 and 400,000 black women have lost their jobs since March because of Donald Trump's policies. So Nicki Minaj, in all respect, if you see yourself as a black woman, how can you sit up there with Erica Kirk and talk about black kids being made to be proud of themselves at the expense of white children? Where has that ever happened, Art? I'm an educator. I'm a principal. I'm a school psychologist. I ain't been in no school in America where white kids are made to feel bad about being white so black children can be proud about their African heritage. Where is that at?
See, but y'all know what? This is the trick. It's the same deck of cards being played over and over again. These politicians or political organizations are not going after black scholars, activists, or real community advocates to have meaningful conversations. No, they're going to go after these self-serving entertainers so that they can push their narrative for them and further their agenda. Because unfortunately, they know that that's where most of the influence lies in the black community. They're going to go ahead and platform your favorite singer, rapper, comedian, athlete, so that they can further push their agenda and get us to fall for it just because it's Nicki Minaj or Jay-Z or Beyonce or LeBron James or whoever. And I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus, but this is what they do and this is what they've been doing. But Malcolm warned us about this a long time ago.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
I try really hard not to speak ill of other black women
But for this heifer, I'm gonna make an exception. Because really, does she even consider herself to be a black woman? I'm not really sure she does. So, let's get into it. Nicki Minaj shows up at the Turning Point Convention of Racists this past weekend. Now, here's the thing. Yes, she was born in Trinidad, yet another one. My people are from Tobago. And people from Trinidad and Tobago know this already. We are not the same. I'm going to say that again. We are not the same. And I'm not claiming that heifer. I'm going to say that again. We are not the same, and I'm not claiming that heifer. I was born in the United States of America, yes. My parents are from Tobago. I love Trinidad and Tobago. But let's be very clear again. Some of these people over there, some of these people come over here from the islands, not just Trinidad, all of them, to get a little money, and immediately they think they're better than Black Americans. They're happy to cosplay Black American culture and to build their careers off of Black American culture, but they don't have any real allegiance. And you have to know these people when you see them. I've never been a fan of Nicki Minaj because I saw her for what she was a long time ago. She reminds me of those kinds of people. And I am not wiping all people from Trinidad with the brush of Nicki Minaj or their prime minister. I'm not doing that. But those who know, know. You know who is what and what is who. I lived on the island of Trinidad for 5 years. My sister reminded me that it was not 7, it was 5. There are all kinds of different people there. Some of them are Stokely Carmichael Trinidadians, if you know, you know. And some of them are Nicki Minaj Trinidadians, if you know, you know. And you need to be very careful with the Nicki Minaj variety. I happen to come from a family of revolutionary thinking people. We don't play about our blackness. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I got it honestly. I got it from my family. I'm Black. I'm proud. And I don't play about those things. Now, that doesn't mean all of them are that way. Trinidad is a country made up of people from all kinds of backgrounds. It is currently a majority Indian country. When I lived there, it was majority Black. Now it is something else. I'm just saying. That's not me throwing shade at all the Indians in Trinidad, but if you know, you know. They are not all like us. Nicki's real name is Onika Mirage. Interpret that however you want.
Nicki Minaj. Nicki the Bob, Nicki the Ninja, Nicki the Harajuku Barbie. I want to start off with a disclaimer and an empathetic touch, because from Black woman to Black woman, I think that there's always room for that. I think everyone can agree that Nicki Minaj will go down in history as one of the greatest rappers of our time. What she has done for specifically women in rap is going to be studied, has already been studied. Her style, her flow, her cadence, the things that she did branding wise, all things that should be celebrated. Amazing work. And I think that the experience that she had in the industry as a Black woman, it's obvious that there is some trauma there, and I think it led her to making maybe not the best decisions as it relates to relationship building, which created a kind of distance between her and her peers. And we watched Lifetime how that kind of broke down the fabrics of the relationships between women in rap. And I have a lot of empathy, understanding that this industry is very, very grimy and dirty, and there's really no telling the type of experience that she had. And I think there's always a place of understanding for that. Now that I got my pleasantries out the way, I want to be very clear. I will never support a coon. Yes. When you go against your own identity, whether that be being a woman, being a part of the LGBT community, being Black, whatever, when you decide to actively go against your marginalized identity for personal gain, i.e. being a coon, you will lose every ounce of respect I have for you. There are a myriad of guesses of why Nicki Minaj is doing the things that she's doing. A few of her stans are predicting that this is a grand scheme that Todd set up to pardon her husband. And to that I say, well, that's stupid. Your husband's not even in jail. You know what I'm saying? He served his time for that rape. So what do we do now? And at what cost? And I think it's important for y'all to understand that it's not just for personal gain, right? Yes, that's a part of it. She's absolutely getting something out of this agreement because we've never really watched her engaged in politics before in this way. So yes, there is something that our ex-sister is getting out of this exchange, right? I need some of y'all to understand and grasp the idea that these also align with her politics. Right? We talk about how often we don't know celebrities. We don't know these people in real life, granted. But dare I say, I do have expectations of black folks, regardless, if I know them or not. And I think the bare minimum expectation is that you at least fight for the rights of your own people.
Exactly. I agree with most of what she's saying.
And going to a Turning Point USA event hosted by the very people who want your black ass out of this country is just so heartbreaking. And I know a lot of people are getting their jokes off, as am I. I will never shy away from a good joke. I think it's also very embarrassing for us. And it's hurtful to us to watch people that we admire turn their back on us for what? Getting up on that stage and spewing anti-trans rhetoric in the most slick, cowardly way that you did, knowing a huge chunk of your base is a part of the LGBT community, knowing how comfortable you made them feel to express their light and love for you, just to turn your back on the very fan base that you have is disturbing to me. Getting on that stage and saying that Donald Trump was attractive was very disturbing to me. You got up there, shucked and jived in a 30-inch bust down when they would just as easily spit in your face. Embarrassing. There's a divestment that I think we all need to make in celebrity, right? We've had this conversation a myriad of times. We should not expect our celebrities to be political figures, and that I agree to, right? We should not be looking to just regular celebrities to give us political opinions, especially when they don't understand politics. And there's a difference between not understanding politics, so not really getting into it, and maybe not even standing up, more of the Drake, right? You ain't really saying much at all, so whatever. And getting your ass up on a KKK stage and letting us know where you stand.
Amen.
Even if this is all a ploy to get some money, to get some pardons, to get back at damn Cardi B, I don't know what the fuck you could possibly be doing. I don't care. And it sucks because you can't undo it. You can apologize, but you cannot undo the damage that you've done, because what you're doing is you're giving validity to that base. What you're doing is you're helping them. All the while you're just a pawn. You think, girl.
Yes, I am still a Barb. No, I don't care that she's a Trump supporter, MAGA Minaj. I do not care. I never knew her political views before, and now that I know him, still don't care. And the funny thing is y'all voted for him. She's with over half of the voting population. So why y'all mad? Like, let's just be real. Y'all need to pick something else to be mad about. So I will still be a Barb. If y'all want to be no Barb no more, no one cares. Literally, no one cares. She'll still have fans. She'll still be the #1 rap female in the world. It doesn't matter. But yes, I am still a Barb. So continue with your day. Don't ask me. I don't care. I like her music, and that's that.
Okay, she made some valid points. She's just going to be here for the music. She's still a Barb. She's not going to Nicki Minaj for her political views, and she don't care. She's here for the music. Whoop-dee-doo.
Whoop-dee-doo. And the more clips I see of MAGA Minaj, the more embarrassing it is for y'all to still claim to be Barbs. Because the concept of Pink Wig saying that she's performed all over the world for major crowds, and no matter how many songs she did for y'all, her fans, her stans, her Barbs, that does not mean as much to her as being on stage for Coachella.
And it's weird to me that she said that. Even I couldn't believe it, because Nicki Minaj's fan base, the Barbs, they go so hard for this girl, and they have been going so hard for her for years. She's got one of the hardest fan bases out there, in my opinion. They ride for her, they stream her music, they sell out her merch, they support everything that she does. And for her to say that, it even shocked me when I heard the soundbite and I saw all the edits. Like, girl, people are showing themselves at her concerts, buying the merch, screaming her music to the top of their lungs. And I'm sitting up here like, I know she just didn't say this. Like, I know she didn't say that like that. So I'm like, let me go and find the whole clip for context, because I don't want to just base my opinion or get emotional off of just a few seconds of what she said. So I went to go find the full clip, and child, she said that shit.
So Nicki, I want to ask you in closing, what is something that you want to leave as a legacy in this world for your family, for your baby, for just everything?
Well, that it's okay to change your mind. Yeah. It's okay to change your mind. You don't have to, you know, sometimes there's a lot of things projected onto you when you change your own mind. You know, they project fear, shame, onto people who don't think and do as they think and do. But I've traveled the world. I've performed for huge crowds all around the world. And no matter how many songs I do on that stage, it didn't mean as much as this. Because this is a direct link for younger people. This is a direct link between young people and God.
So y'all just heard what she said. And when she said that, even I was like, girl, hold on. Because anybody who know me know I love me some Nicki Minaj, okay? I love me some Nicki Minaj as an artist. Nicki came to Vegas last year twice, I think. Yeah, it was twice for her Pink Friday 2 tour. And I went both times. Now, granted, I didn't pay for the tickets. Somebody gifted them to me. But I went, and when I tell you the energy in that concert, and it was packed from top to bottom, okay? It was me and my sister, right? And we was sitting in the boonies. And by the way, 10 out of 10 don't recommend. If you got money to get you some good seats, get you some good seats. Cause child, I was up in the sky looking down thinking I'm about to fall. I had vertigo. But anyway, and mind you, I'm up here singing Moment for Life at the top of my lungs, and this dude walked past me and pooted. Y'all, your girl was in shambles. I couldn't even record right no more. Like, why would you walk past me and just poot like that? And I don't even know if he was the one who did it, but somebody did. Anyway, like I was saying, for Nicki Minaj to say that that moment for her sitting with Erica Kirk was the most meaningful was insane. Because it's hard to believe that you would even sit there and take that deep breath and act like you're really contemplating your words and just about to have this really deep, thought. And all you do is throw your fan base under the bus. When her fans really just show up and show out for her, they support everything that she does. They love Nicki Minaj down. And she loves the Barb. She is constantly shouting them out, constantly showing love and gratitude. It's really interesting. Whatever going on with her, the whole thing just don't seem right. The Barbs have always been there for her, supported everything that she does, even defended her through all of her controversy, gave her so much grace, just had her back throughout this entire thing. And for her to throw them under the bus, like I said, I don't know.
And y'all still sticking beside her. Yikes on bike. The concept of your fave saying that performing for you, her fans, the people who look up to her, who have been inspired by her, who have used her music to get through hard times, that shared experience does not mean more to her than teaming up with the people who send hate and vitriol to the people who make up the majority of her fan base. And y'all are still sticking beside her. stares in black disgust.
If you asked me even 2 years ago, you could have never convinced me that in 2025, Nicki Minaj would be a full-blown Trump supporter. But here we are, because not only did she go on stage with Erica Kirk and Turning Point USA, an entire company dedicated to indoctrinating children into conservatism, she is literally singing Donald Trump's praises, and you can't make this shit up.
I don't know if he even knows this, but he's given so many people hope that there's a chance to beat the bad guys and to win and to do it with your head held high and your integrity intact. He's from Queens, New York, like me.
And under this guise of she's supporting Christians, Nicki Minaj goes to bat for Christians at AmFest. We will speak up for Christians wherever they are in this world. We've completely lost the fucking plot. And also, this is not surprising, by the way, that Nicki Minaj has decided to go this direction at this point, because we've seen recently with all of her tweets, which, by the way, she doubled down on her transphobic tweets that she made as well. And she actually read them proudly and happily on stage with Erica Kirk. The fact that Nicki Minaj's fan base is mostly comprised of black and black queer people is insane, that she would align herself with this fucking administration, who is trying to take away the rights of all of us. Also, Nicki Minaj is an immigrant. Why would you want to be aligned with an administration that is doing all this disgusting shit to immigrants in this country? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, this is ridiculous. This is clownery at its finest.
Question, I want to know, why does it take white people and white men to protect a black woman? When Nicki Minaj got up here and she told the world everything that was going on with her, well, she ain't say, you know, every little detail, but she basically, you know, paraphrased everything that's going on with her and how these people treating her and out to get her. Everybody was quiet. Timberville, all these black women was quiet. I didn't see nobody stand up for this fucking black woman. The minute this black woman gotta do some shit to protect herself and her family, nah, everybody got a tweet, everybody got a paragraph, everybody got to say so.
And this is true too. She's making some good points. Multiple things can be true at once. But the thing is, and you know what? Everybody knows that Nicki Minaj has been speaking out for years about her mistreatment in the industry. Everybody knows that, and don't nobody in the industry ever come to her defense. Nobody. She's always defending Lil Wayne, Drake, and whoever else is in her camp. And nobody really publicly comes out to defend her, but she's always, you know, coming out to defend other people. So it is true, she has been mistreated in the industry. So this is going around that people are saying, oh, she's aligning with MAGA because she doesn't have any protection in the industry.
But what the fuck was the protection at? You know what I'm saying? Y'all wasn't fucking with her when she came, you know, trying to put light on a situation. When she got to go to, you know, take matters in her own hands and do what she need to do for her fucking self, not for y'all. Oh, it's a problem. Oh, it's so much to be said. Get y'all stupid asses on. Whatever Nicki Minaj doing and why she doing it, I'm pretty sure it's to her benefit. Everybody in this world got to do something for their benefit. Why the fuck is she worried about anybody else's opinions when none of you motherfuckers give a fuck if she crash and burn? That's the crazy part about it. Y'all not gonna pull her up and save her. Y'all want her to fall. So when she get to swimming, you know, in the deep end, it's a fucking problem. Mind y'all fucking businesses like y'all just fucking was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all was just calling this lady crazy, just, you know, bashing her. Leave her the fuck alone. Live your life. Then it's so crazy because y'all have y'all picks and chooses. When Jay-Z and Beyonce align themselves with a certain group of people that y'all claim that y'all don't fucking like so bad, y'all selling out tours, high-ass tours at that. That shit don't be cheap. So y'all support who y'all want to support and y'all bash who the fuck y'all want to bash. That lady ain't got nothing to do with what the fuck y'all got going on. Let her do what she need to do.
Well, this creator kept it all the way real and she told no lies. And like I said, multiple things can be true at one time. But y'all, this conversation has gotten so heated, this whole situation with Nicki Minaj sitting with Turning Point USA, that people or fans are calling for her to be deported back to Trinidad. Y'all, this is insane. There is an active petition on change.org where fans are demanding that Nicki Minaj be deported back to Trinidad and out of this country. Y'all, this is just too much. I don't want the lady to be deported. At the end of the day, support who you want to support. Just understand that when it comes to politics and real life issues, we can't be looking to celebrities and entertainers for guidance, because 9 times out of 10, their beliefs are paid for. So if you still want to be a barb and listen to the music and support the music, that's on you. You know, that's your prerogative. If you're able to separate the art from the artist, like people be saying, then you do that. But if you feel like you can't support her anymore because of her views, they don't align with yours and your morals and your values, that's your right as well. Just make sure your support, your stance, and your decisions come from a place that's true to you. But anyway, you guys, let's chop it up in the comment section down below. I had a good time making this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to engage, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I am over 2K subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. I am hoping that we make it to 3K this year. And don't forget to drop your city, your state, your location. I want to know where in the world this video reaches. But thank you guys so much again, and I will talk to you in my next video. Peace.
The Barbs. You guys have been with me through thick and thin. I always am gonna keep surprises for you, even when you don't see me on the internet. I'm still thinking about you, and I'm still working on ways to impress you guys and make you happy. And I personally feel like I have the best fans on this planet. You guys, I know you're out there on the internet somewhere, and I want to just say I love you. Thank my amazing fans wherever you guys are. I'm so in love with you for being so sweet and genuine and pushing me in.
As my fan, if you fuck with me, go out there and be ambitious. Go out there and really get shit done.
Barbs, I love you so much for being by my side for such a long time.
Barbs, stay in school. Don't you ever be lazy. I love you so much. You are so passionate and so inspiring.
I'd like to thank my beautiful Barbs. You guys have been with me through thick and thin.
Barbs, love yourself no matter what. There's power in your peace. Hold your peace. Barb, I love you, Barbs. They're not amazing fans. They're amazing people. They inspire me. When I don't want to get up and I don't want to do stuff, they've shown me, no, go Nicki, because you're doing it for us. And I'm going to keep on doing it for y'all.
So Barbs, wherever you are in the world, please know that I love you and I thank you so much for your support.
Affectionately called Barbs, Nicki's fans came out in droves and didn't seem to mind that their brush with fame lasted only a few seconds.
I want to tell you that I love you.
We love you.
I really appreciate you guys coming here and waiting, okay?
I love you so much. Hurry up. Oh, I love you. You saved my life. Thank you.